All right, I'm live, I'm live, I'm live. I'm going to let this kind of warm up for a little bit. And yes, that was a climate nudge because of what's going on outside. First of all, thank you to everyone that came through Rainbow Comics today to say hi to the team and get your books and just get that holiday shopping in. You just never know with weather how things are going to go. And today went really well. Tomorrow, we got some weather coming in, so we're just kind of keeping an eye on things. And we'll let you guys know if we end up deciding to close the shop early. More to come there. But yeah, so far we're looking good. And yeah, forecast is looking as best it can. So TBD. Tonight, I'm by myself. So Tom has other plans. He's actually at a concert. And this is really funny. I got in trouble with him because he was like, yeah, I'm going to this concert tonight. Do you want to go? And I said, no. And he was like, you don't even know like what band is playing, where it's at or anything. And I was just like, I am, for me, it's work and then go home and crush comics and, on to the next thing. So I might have jumped the gun a little bit there. So Tom, I love you. I'm sorry. Haven't even opened the show yet, and Tony is up in the cut here saying howdy. You are the Lone Ranger tonight. That is correct. I literally asked Casey if he wanted to co-pilot tonight, and Casey said, "I'm sick of you. I'm tired of working with you. Rainbow Live, blah blah blah." But I'm just kidding. But we'll get Casey on here at some point to talk about more comics. We kind of already do that on Saturday Night Spoilers, but we'll see if we can get him on. But let me open up the show. I got some books that I recently read that I'm going to review, and then I figured I'd show off my pull list of things that I picked up just for the fun of it. So here we go. Best drum roll on a glass desk that a guy can do. Hey, everybody, it's a comic book look. It's your boy, Jon On Demand, a.k.a. I actually had a really good a.k.a. today. I can't remember what it was, though. I was thinking about it, and it was an amazing one, and I should have written it down. Dang it. Oh, well. But a.k.a. the comic book Hugh Hefner. A.k.a. Johnny Agul, the way I raised those back stocks from the long boxes, backstock comic issues from the long box like they're Jason Todd. That's how we do it. I am, yes, John, sleepy. It's good to see you. But tonight is really just a night of talking about some books and catching up a little bit, and then I'm going to enjoy my evening. On the visual side of things with Rainbow, just some fun news. We have a new logo for the Rainbow Live show, so I'm excited to get that on repeat in the background and make it a little more unique and different from everything else that we're doing. We recently have signed up with StreamYard at the shop, which is super cool. So we're going to see a lot more different streaming things through sports, through comics, etc., and just having fun with it. So we just wanted to brand each and every one, make them pop a little bit. So more to come there. Tony's saying stay warm and safe in this wintry weather, and you as well, man, especially out in Pier. Yeah, definitely just play it safe, and everybody, please be safe. So without further ado, a couple of random things on my desk I actually wanted to lift up. This is so random. Tonight's so random. But I got some cool artwork while I was at the Lincoln, Nebraska Rainbow Comics. So first off, I got these two beautiful pieces. I just wanted to call them out because I think they're gorgeous. We have a Silver Surfer Black, which is really pretty. I enjoyed this comic run so much, and I love this rendition of this character. And, oh, speaking of Lincoln, Nebraska, look who showed up. Miss Taylor Davis is in the building. Hey, Taylor. And then second is this beautiful Ghost Rider, which I absolutely adore. So shout out to Taylor for really just being a hub for local arts and having these awesome offerings at Rainbow Comics in Lincoln, Nebraska. Through YouTube, my boy Aaron Evans is in the building. Shout out to Comic Book College and keeping the comic book gospel going strong in the Twin Cities. That's right. Let's go. Also, Taylor, if you're bored and want to hop on tonight, I will send you a link. I would love a co-pilot. Just going to put that out there. So if you want to be a supportive coworker and join your favorite nerd on the air right now, just let me know. But the other thing I found randomly, and this pairs with the fact that I have this beautiful horror comics wall here that's for my upcoming project. I found this, which will be joining it. So if you guys know, Maria Wolf Lopez does a series of variant covers Taylor, to answer your question about mobile, we could certainly give it a try. So I'm going to send you a link and we'll figure it out. But Maria Wolf Lopez does a lot of variant coverage, you guys. She was a guest at SuperCon and did a Werewolf by Night sketch for me that looks freaking amazing. And it was in the back of one of my other prints from SuperCon. So I am so excited. I'm going to find a frame to pop this in on and display it on my horror wall right here. So more to come on that, but I just wanted to highlight that piece. I'm so excited about it. And then the other thing too that I have been lifting up, I just wanted to call it out again. Tom's not here, is the fact that Tom does this amazing zine called Spork. So this is Spork issue 2. You can get copies at Rainbow Comics, $5 a piece. And it's just Tom's artwork, Tom's storytelling. Tom is just having fun with it. If you're in the area, or if you want one signed and shipped to you, we can definitely work on that as well. I still need to get mine signed. I need to get him over here. Oh, I have a Taylor in the wings here. So I'm going to bring her on board here, you guys, and we're going to test out audio and everything really quick. Hang tight. Taylor, how are you?
Hi.
You're here. This is so exciting. Thanks for hopping on impromptu today.
No problem. Hold on. I need to grab some headphones because I can barely hear you.
Oh, cool.
Give me 2 seconds.
All good. All good. On my side of the world, you guys, like I said, Spork, artwork. My nerd office is coming together. It's a hot mess right now. I just read 3 months worth of X titles. Monday and Tuesday, 3 months. So I am now through middle November, and I have one more round to do of all these X titles, and then I'm current. So I did it in 4 days from June till now.
Good
of
Lord.
content with the X titles. So Taylor, I am Cerebro from the X-Men. I know all the mutants.
Good Lord.
Yeah. So yeah. So this is crazy. This is crazy talk. Yeah, we got a comment coming through here. It says Facebook user, which is actually St. Joseph is in the building. So that's my friend Joe, aka Mafia Santa, but we can't say that. We're not supposed to announce that. So sorry. Yeah. So anyways, Taylor, bring us up to speed. How the heck are you doing? Wow.
Oh my goodness. Let's see. This is my first Wednesday back since being in Vegas. Be chill. Oh gosh, there's an echo. So sorry.
On my side, you're good.
Okay, it must have just come through on my end. No, things are good. I literally have a stack the size of the earth to read because it has been like 2 weeks of me needing to catch up. I decided to jump into dark web.
Ooh.
I'm annoyed. I have some thoughts and feelings.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Poor Ben Reilly is really all I have to say. And maybe it's because I haven't been staying up to date on Ben Reilly's like whole story. I just wish he could just be his own person and just like move on. Like I don't know. What did I read today? I read Dark Web, Amazing Spider-Man, like the latest issue. I had to go and read Gold Goblin #1 because I never read that when it came out.
Yeah.
And then I read the X-Men, like Dark Web X-Men #1. So like I'm full of Madeline Pryor and Ben Reilly and just all of that craziness. And like I'm kicking myself for deciding to get into this big story because I'm gonna have to read so much. And like if you know me, I don't read current Spider-Man because I hate it.
Right.
And now I'm being forced to read it because I decided I wanted to read Dark Web. So that's kind of where I'm at. That's really all I've read the last like couple of days is Dark Web because like I decided I needed to jump into it. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Woo, we're getting some steamy feedback here tonight, you guys. So this is all news to me, first of all. So this is what we call the Comic Book Look exclusive. I feel so bad for Ben and Madeline fans. I haven't been enjoying Dark Web so far, and Aaron is way more optimistic and positive than I am when it comes to comics, right? This is crazy.
No, like my thing is I just feel like we already had Ben Reilly basically losing his memory. and being evil and just dealing with all of this stuff. And here we are doing it again.
Yeah.
I was talking to a customer today who he's not really reading it, but he's like up to date on the events that are happening.
Yeah.
And he said that his hope for the end of this dark web event is that Ben Riley gets to like either circle back to being like good and he just stays good and like happy, or he's dead. He's dead for real. Like
Yeah.
finally put it to rest. I don't know. I'm just I don't know. I'm scared.
Yeah, no doubt. I gotta be honest, I don't know how far I'm gonna go with this one. Just because it's outside of what I normally collect for my X titles. These are all standalone things that may or may not really matter. I mean, maybe it does. I don't know, because I just left Madeline and New Mutants or whatever. Like she just became the Queen of Limbo and all this other stuff. So maybe it
That
does.
that does factor in. I'm finding out.
I'll read it tonight or tomorrow.
This is one of those series because I was like, oh, it's a Spider-Man event. Like I could probably just read it. It'll be fine. Turns out it actually connects to so like X-Men and Spider-Man and Venom and Ben Riley. Like everything that's happening in those books matters for dark web. Like it is crazy. It's one of those Maddie and I jokingly always say, oh, it's an asterisk book, because like all the little like go back and read this issue, like there's so many in there, so like it's a hefty dense read.
Yeah. Woofda. Well,
yeah.
We'll see how that treats me. From the comments, Aaron's following up just saying, I'm just over characters turning evil for silly reasons. That's fair. It's fair.
Yeah. And like maybe I missed something with Ben Riley because I'm not up to date on his stuff, but like why is he mad all of a sudden again?
Yeah.
Like what's happening?
Yeah, heck yeah. Well, Taylor, fill us in here. How are things at the Lincoln store? What's shaking?
Honestly, nothing to report. Things are really good. We are working on, it's funny that you bring up your art that you bought because we are working on revamping how we do all of that. So hopefully we'll have lots of fun new stuff. Yes, those are some of my favorite pieces. The artist who did those, like she's fantastic. Those are some of her more serious things that she does. She loves to do Marvel characters as animals. So like a real big hit right now is the kangaroo. It's so good. But yeah, no, like we're revamping our art thing. We're working on some like Pokemon swap night stuff because we have lots of kids coming in asking about that. Magic night on Thursdays is super fun. Like we're thriving over there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And you guys, honestly, if anyone on here is curious about the Lincoln store, like what it looks like, we did do a walkthrough tour. It was really funny because it was when I was working with Casey, I believe. And I did this walkthrough video and Taylor was off, but then she watched the tour and she was like watching the whole thing. Like, why am I watching the tour of my own store? Narrated by John from Sioux Falls.
I don't know. I was stuck. I saw, live video, and then I just couldn't leave. I was like, this is my store. What am I doing?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
But my point with that, you guys, if you want to check it out, and you'll see some of the art represented there, and likely with these changes, Taylor will boost up offerings that are there now. And we can do like shipping and stuff too. So if you are interested for Sioux Falls customers and getting your mitts on some of those beautiful pieces, let us know and we can get that arranged for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, I'm glad things are rocking and rolling for you. We got the holidays right around the corner. I don't know about you guys down there, but we have seen sports, we've seen comics, we've seen Funkos, we've seen everything. A bunch of random stuff too, just different action figures and stuff, but just the people get excited about finding that special something for the nerd in their life, and I think it's cool. So it's a fun time right now, and we see a lot of new faces that aren't used to coming through our doors.
Because they're like, oh, I'm shopping for like my so-and-so who comes here all the time. That's my favorite. I had one of those today. They're like, our grandson comes and plays Magic. We don't know what that is. Can you help us find the gift? And I'm like, yes, I can.
I got you. Yeah, that's me with Dungeons and Dragons. When people ask that question, I'm like, oh, I got you covered. Let's go. Let's
Yep.
do
Yep.
this. Yeah.
Oh, it's so fun.
Yeah. Well, cool, man. So we touched on dark web. I had a couple of, I won't do in-depth reviews, but I'll show you kind of stuff I've been reading. There's some recent in there. And then slightly older stuff. A lot of it's new though. Because I filed all my other stuff. So I'm just gonna hold these up and I totally want your opinion on these. So first of all, I'm not a Superman fan.
Ooh.
But
Okay.
I do appreciate good artwork, if you will.
Yes.
And so we have Action Comics 1038 through 1041 I just read, and I have a bunch more too. This is where Superman's on like War World or wherever it is, and he's a prisoner, and it's like kind of the Hunger Games, but more muscly and violent. And ultimately it's been a lot of fun. I'm not a DC guy though, but it was just fun to check out, if you will. And ultimately it was refreshing, and this is going to sound really bad, but it was refreshing to see Clark Kent in a vulnerable state, right, where he has limitations and he's not flexing on steel girders and all this other stuff. So yeah, it's kind of fun. Yeah, so yes, thank you, Matt. Yes, the War World arc in Action Comics is actually really good, and I still have about 8 issues or whatever to read from what I've collected back there. So I will get those done at some point, but I just wanted to lift them up as something that I'm checking out on DC because that's a very rare thing for me.
I also don't read DC, so like I'm right there with you. I have no idea what's happening.
Boom. From Marvel, we had Avengers 1 million BC. So I got the cute Scotty Young cover with Phoenix and Odin hanging out there. This, as it turns out, is the origin of Thor. Didn't know that going into it. I just was like, oh, cool. Okay, So I'm reading it. My favorite part about this group is the Ghost Rider that rides on a woolly mammoth, like a flaming woolly mammoth. Love it.
What?
Love it. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go pick this one up.
Yeah. So definitely just check it out. It's there. And I've seen it in passing before, but I was like, this is so gnarly. So it just made me happy. Up next, this one kind of fell flat for me just a little bit. I wanted to like it more and I just didn't. You might feel differently. I don't know. Or maybe you've heard differently. Marvel, I got it because it was a Peach Momoko cover. I love my Peach. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, #1. So I just read Moon Girl.
I haven't read it yet, but I'm looking forward to that new Moon Girl. So we'll see. Sorry.
Let me know what you think of this one, Taylor. For me, I didn't hate it, but I was like, I just kind of wanted more.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I want to get to know her as a character,
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's kind of how I feel with Moon Girl right now. Like, if you weren't reading her like first stuff, you just kind of you're just fending for yourself. Like, they don't give you anything.
Yeah.
Because I also read like the little mini series where Devil Dinosaur was missing.
Yeah.
And so she teamed up with like Miles and Captain Marvel and then like some X-Men.
Yeah.
That was really fun, but it was just kind of like a little side story. Like, you didn't get any background whatsoever. Like, you're just going.
Yeah.
So I can understand. Like, I need to read that first issue. It's literally on my giant stack. Like, I'm working through it. But yeah, I'll definitely let you know.
Up next, this one, in contrast, blew my socks off in such a great way. Another Peach Momoko cover. We are talking about Miles Morales Spider-Man #1. So this was from last week, I believe.
I think.
But outstanding read. I put it down at the end and I said, I liked it from start to finish. Also, the quality of material on the jacket portion of it was, I don't know what it was. It's not cardstock. It doesn't feel like it, just feels like a firmer paper. And I appreciated that too, because I'm like, this right here is a keepsake, let alone the beautiful cover artwork. Duh. But if you guys are on the fence teetering about checking out Miles Morales Spider-Man #1, it's a great start to a new story arc, and boy did I have fun with it. I really liked it, and it gets me into the spirit. I totally forgot about this, but the movie trailer dropped for the next Spider-Verse thing, and I was just like doubly excited after reading this. So I read this first and then watched that, and I was like, ah! So there's a lot of great.
I have a hard time getting into Miles comics. Like, I just don't think like his story is for me. But I love that movie. Like movie Miles is completely different than comic Miles,
Yep.
but like we have so many people constantly coming in, we want Miles, and like they just eat it up.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
curious to know what our customer response is for that one because I haven't heard anything yet, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I thought it was pretty solid, and you know, I'm fairly picky. I don't know. Up next, we have the love of my life. I love me some good anti-heroes, and so that's what the Thunderbolts used to be, but this is issues 3 and 4. So a couple of things that make me grouchy about this series. One, it's a limited run, which means it's not going to be a forever thing. So why am I getting to know these characters or this situation, right? This is following up on the event Devil's Reign, where Wilson Fisk had his own Thunderbolts, which were all villains like Rhino and, you know, whoever else, Electro, whatever. But this team isn't really gelling. And if we only have 1 to 2 issues left, we haven't really accomplished anything in the story arc whatsoever. So you know what? Have you ever read arcs like that where you're like, why did I even collect this? Like,
yes,
this could have been an email.
You're on, or you're on like issue 4 and you know 5 is the end and you're like, we haven't wrapped anything up yet.
Right.
So like that 5th issue is so nerve-wracking because you're like, either this is gonna be chaos or nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So like, been there.
So that's a struggle. In contrast, though, I love me some just, you know, new characters. I love a dynamic cast, and I love Tiger Division from Marvel. This is issue 2. I got 3 covers because it's Tiger Division, and I highly encourage anyone to try this out. It's just getting to know, in the Marvel universe, a different part of the world, and different mythos, different characters, and I guarantee you some of these faces we will see in later series, much like we met a lot of the founding characters through New Agents of Atlas, or the follow-up event Atlantis Attacks, you know, and then thinking of, gosh, what was it? There were some other series too where there were some one-shots with like Silver Fox and or not Silver Fox.
What do you have on the brain?
But like Luna Snow, you know, had a one shot. So there were all these like cool one shots too that you get to know some of these characters. Gosh, now I need to. That's gonna bug me.
This is out of my scope of knowledge, so I'll let you flounder on your own.
Bro, I'm totally floundering right now. Yeah, I'll figure that one out. That's hilarious. But anyways, that's what I read recently. I did want to go over what we got. It's White Fox. Silver Fox is another character, but White Fox is the character I was thinking of. Sorry about that, guys. I guess I was thinking of George Clooney or something. I don't know.
I was gonna say, what do you have on the brain?
Maybe it's me, all this gray. I don't know.
Oh.
So I wanted to go through what we pulled for ourselves. You got your stack?
Nope. I got my stack right here in my noggin. I'll tell you what I got.
We're gonna do this.
You show me what.
I can't show the bottom thing. This is Zelda for my nieces. But
you show me what you got, and then that'll help me remember what I pulled this week.
For the memory. All right.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. This
I'm dealing with I'm dealing with remembering 2 weeks of what I pulled because I got back. I had a fat stack from while I was gone.
Yeah.
And then I'm also dealing with this week. So it's a whole blur of what I have for this week. So
no, I completely understand. And you know, even if it was just a week, last week was a doozy for volume.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Hit me. What do you got?
I got the reprint of some of that old Marvel gospel. So we have Origins of Marvel Comics because it's a Peach Momoko cover.
Yep.
So
and it is
this
so
is collecting Fantastic Four, First Spidey, Amazing Fantasy, X-Men #1, and Avengers #1. So that's kind of dope. So excited about that.
That one was a pass for me because I already own Amazing Fantasy 15 in like 3 different ways, and I really could not care less about the other stories.
Bro,
so I was like, man.
You know what's funny? I don't know that I own any of the facsimiles for that First Spidey. I don't know if I've ever formally read it.
Rude.
I know. I'm fixing it. I'm trying.
Oh my gosh. No
The next
words.
two are also Peach Momoko's. Deadpool number 2. I'm getting it only because of the cover, you guys. Honestly, I'm not a Deadpool fan when it comes to comics. It's just not my shtick. That the new Harley Quinn, I don't get into it.
Yeah.
But I have number 1 as well, so I figure, worst case, it's a cool cover, and I stop at number 2. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Not reading Deadpool. I don't like Deadpool. That's all I'll say.
My kind of person. Boom. Going out on a limb here and trying something new, also a Peach Momoko cover, is Monica Rambeau Photon. Beautiful cover.
I'm curious about that one after a customer came in today and gave us this whole rundown of why he loves Monica Rambeau. And I wish I could relay the information that he gave us, but it was such a long day. I can't remember everything he told us. But essentially, he said that he read these comics that were this whole crazy team, and that's where Photon was a part of, and that's how he fell in love with her. And like, just getting to see him be so excited and passionate about it, I was like, I have to read that now. So I might check it out. Like, it's on like the bottom of my stack, but like it's there. So
heck yeah, that's cool, man. Up next, I love me some Shirtless Bear Fighter, even if it's volume 2. And so I got both covers because this book is so over the top. I have not read any of book 2 though yet, or volume 2. I've only read volume 1. And let me tell you about those covers. That's spice up your life kind of moment.
These ones were made for you.
That's right. Up next, this might be one that you're checking out. I don't know. This is Boom Studios.
Uh-huh.
It starts with a G and ends with an M.
Yes, I'm reading that one.
Yes.
I love that book. It's so random. So good. I love it. I'm excited to read that issue.
I haven't read any of it. I have all of it collected, but I'm
read
still behind
it.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
We'll get it done though, Taylor. Don't worry. I like the ability now that I get to Netflix. The first 6 issues is very exciting to me. Done.
Yeah.
So
it's a good
this next one, I don't know if you picked up. I have found myself drawn to Archie horror books, and so Happy Horror Day dropped, and of course I have the werewolfy kind of thing on the cover, along with I believe Krampus, and so I'm all in. And I actually we had the previous Archie horror offerings walk in the door in a private collection, and so I bought those through John. And we're talking Jughead the Hunger, Vampironica, Vampironica, or gosh, who was it? Betty and Veronica Meet Harley and Poison Ivy was one. Just that kind of stuff. So I'm really excited to, spend a couple days and crush some Archie books and get my learn on, see if I like it.
As far as like the Archie universe goes, I definitely prefer like the Chilling Adventures comics, like any of those that have Chilling Adventures Presents. Like I'll read those. Like I like those.
Yeah.
This Happy Horror Days, like I'm gonna thumb through at least at a minimum. I don't know if I'll commit to reading it because there was that Salem one shot that came out around Halloween that vastly disappointed me.
Oh, I haven't read mine yet.
Oh, spoilers. I didn't love it. Okay. So I don't know. I'm not gonna hold high hopes for the Happy Horror Days.
Gotcha.
So like I'll thumb through it. It might have some good art.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Mm-hmm.
On the X-Men note that I'm fondly very familiar with, we have Legion of X number 8. We'll see.
There's too much X-Men for me to get into it. I just can't.
For our reading, our Saturday night spoilers, the books that were lifted up, I don't know where the third one is, though, or if I already bought it or not. But Iron Man number 1, I'm going to read it and try it out, see how it feels. And then this is one that John Nordstrom actually really liked, and we talked about it on Rainbow Live earlier, but Image Comics Nightclub number 1. This is a $1.99 book. So again, kudos to books that hold the line on those cheaper price points for customers. So.
That Nightclub is who's the writer on that one? Is it
Mark Millar?
Yeah. I'm very curious about that one because I do like Mark Millar. There's only a couple things that I know for sure I've read by Mark Millar, but I'm kind of curious about that one. Like it looks like like luchador vampires. I'm like, yeah, you got me. I'm
Yeah.
in.
Well, we'll give it a
So,
try. We'll see how it goes here.
yeah.
Oh, up next, I didn't get the Spider-Man thing for Dark Web. Whoops. But I have the X-Men one. I don't know if I should be excited about that or not. We'll find out.
I did enjoy that book a little bit more than I enjoyed having to read Amazing Spider-Man number 15 today.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I thought the X-Men book was pretty cool.
Dude, also I just noticed I didn't buy um I didn't buy Dark Web at all today.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, checking my bag. Yep, nope, I am completely Dark Webless, so I will have to scoop it up tomorrow
You
or
just
not.
don't get to know what happened to
Yeah. A couple more here. From Image. I don't know if you read this one or not. I loved issue 1, but Dark Ride. Issue
Ah,
number 3.
sorry. I'm obsessed with that book.
Yes. Boom.
Um
This is why we're friends, Taylor.
I'm obsessed with that book. Maddie and I practically fight each other for we get like the variants that are spoofs of like Disney.
Oh sure.
Because that's kind of the joke is like, what if Disneyland wasn't the happiest place on earth?
Yeah.
So I got the incentive cover for the first issue that was like a really fun, like 50s style, like Disneyland, like homage. It was so perfect.
Yeah.
And then the one for this last issue was like Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. Fantastic. Like Maddie and I were both like, I mean, I don't want like, oh, I let her have it because I was like, I got the first one. Like, I'm sure there will be more because like we're both Disney girls. Like we were fighting over it. Like that book is so good.
Heck yeah.
Like, oh, I'm obsessed.
Two more here. From DC. We have Superman, Son of Kal-El, aka the only title I actively collect. This is number 18. Went with the B cover. It was kind of just cool. So trying to get better at not getting 800 covers of the same issue, because as you can see behind me, that's exactly what I'm living in.
Poison Ivy is killing me right
Yes,
now.
yes, yes.
I get every single cover.
I can't say no.
Exactly.
I did say no to the Spawn one because it was meh to me.
I haven't technically purchased my Poison Ivy for this week yet,
Yeah.
so I still have a chance to save myself. But
Yeah.
I would have to agree. Spawn cover is okay, but it's one I'm willing to cut.
It could have been better. Get some vines on that cape. Come on.
Yep.
Missed opportunity.
Yep.
Last but certainly not least, and let me tell you, this was the belle of the ball today. Not this cover specifically, but you know I like things that light up. And so this is the Batman Spawn number 1, the glow in the dark cover that I'm very excited about. So I read the original Batman Spawn, which we have at our register, and we have like a few copies available. So we're seeing if there's any interest in the original meeting of the characters. Yeah, it's just such an interesting duo.
Yeah.
Let's see what they do.
I definitely picked one of those up. I could not tell you which cover I got. I spent so long staring at all of them, so like I don't remember which one I got. I'm not 100% sure if I'm gonna read it yet or if I just want it because it's iconic. Like I'm not really sure yet. We've had lots of people come in saying, "Oh, this is number 2, right?" And I'm like, technically, like, oh, it's been so confusing for some people, like, what is happening? And I'm like, it's not the original, but like, it's been a mess. But people are having a lot of fun with it. People like we have a lot of the Spawn covers. So I'm excited to have it. Like I said, because it's iconic, but I don't know if I'll get around to reading it or not. So, yeah.
Matt's weighing in with us here. The original crossover is in my top 10. Awesome. That's cool.
That's cool.
It was a fun read. I mean, I love crossovers like that. Marvel versus DC, the JLA Avengers thing. That was fun. And just the one-offs. I mean, there's so many out there, like Ghost Rider hanging out with people, Daredevil hanging out with people. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Sioux Falls customer Chop and Drop swinging through saying, "Happy new comic book day, comic book friends." Boom. Or comic book family. That's what the F stands for.
So I know that 2 books that you didn't have that I'm definitely excited for are Specs from Image Comics, I believe. And then also Art Brute. That one looks really interesting. Maddie and I are very excited about that one because we're both little artists. And so it seemed like a really fun, interesting comics and art in a very specific way that we were both excited for. I think Art Brute was actually my pick this week. So I'm pretty excited for that. Specs is on number 2. I highly recommend it if you haven't read it. It's a little LGBT in a very interesting way so far. And the gist is basically these two kids, they're reading comic books and they see like an ad that says, oh, send in like $29.99 and get these magic specs that grant all your wishes. They somehow end up with those specs. And it's just wild. So that one's pretty good. It's like I said, only on issue 2, so I think it has the potential to build to something crazy. So I'm looking forward to that one a lot.
And fun fact, you guys, Taylor sold me issue number 1 when I was down there with Amanda. I think
all I did was hold it up and say, look at how cute this cover is, and you're just like, yeah.
That's not true. You said I would like it. You said you need to try it.
This is true. I don't know about that. I'm pretty sure I said, look how cute this is, and you're like, oh my god, I need it.
Oh my goodness gracious. Well, that's cool, man. Well, those are, it's been a crazy couple of weeks for volume of books, and I'm sure you guys felt that too with just cover offerings and the Spawn variants and everything else. But what an exciting time right now, ultimately, and there's a lot of neat offerings out there, and I'm just glad we have options and a place to go to get them, and stuff. I hear all these, I work with a lot of people for shipping and stuff, and they're like, I wish you had a shop closer, and I'm like, oh, that makes, I'm glad that we're able to help you, but it's just, I couldn't imagine,
Yeah, we definitely have the customer or two who only gets in like once a month, and like they grab a stock because like they live out of town and we're the closest. So like I'm just like so happy, and they always thank me every time. They're like, thank you for holding my books, thank you for this, thank you for that. I'm like, I'm just doing what I can. So I do love that. So I would have to agree. I'm glad we have those like that for people. It's really cool.
Yeah. Well, heck yeah. That's literally all the content I had for the show. But before we start wrapping it up, do you have any cool events coming up at your store that you want to lift up?
Nothing official yet.
Okay.
But we are planning our first ever Pokemon swap night. Literally tomorrow I will be posting about that, so definitely check the Lincoln Facebook page and Instagram. Yes. So we will have that. I don't know what to expect from it, but we have lots of people asking for swap nights for Pokemon. But other than that, we're keeping it real chill, real calm just before the holidays, the new year, like everything, because like we've had such a crazy couple of months, I feel like, at our store. So we're ready to just chill. So nothing too crazy. But yeah, that swap meet, that sounds weird. But yeah, that first swap night to kind of see how kids like it and stuff like that. So
heck yeah, that's awesome. So on the Pokemon front, I do have some entertaining news that you will appreciate. We have Trevor 2.0 as our Pokemon guy up here. We have a customer that plays professionally the Pokemon game, and I said, Trevor, you are the gym leader of Rainbow Comics, so I want to live stream a Pokemon battle on our page, like you versus him. And we legit made a Rainbow Comics gym badge for Trevor to hand to him when he wins. I don't know. I love giving Trevor a hard time, but he's just like, yeah, I don't know if I'll make it or not, because this other guy plays pro like all the time. And
so. That's so cool. Like we do Thursday night magic, so like we have just like real casual kitchen table magic every Thursday, and we have a guy who comes and he plays like not necessarily professionally but competitively, and so it's my favorite thing. I'll be like, hey, let's play Commander. And he's like, okay, how fast do you want to lose today? Like, that's always his question, because that determines which deck he plays with. Like, it is crazy. So I definitely feel that. Like, Trevor, you got this.
I cannot. And we were even joking, Taylor, about like Casey and I being like the gym leader minions that read corny dialogue from the oh, we made eye contact. We must battle, or whatever, whatever they say. And I want lines from like Pokemon Red and Blue. I don't want this new stuff. I want the old campy stuff. Give me
The real cheese, the real camp.
Real queso, all of it.
Yes.
Speaking of queso, shout out to Taco Inn in Lincoln, Nebraska.
You are obsessed. We ate there one time.
We're doing it again though. Next time I'm down, which PS is in a couple of weeks. So
heck yeah.
Boom. Well, awesome. That's it for the show, you guys. But before we wrap it up, Taylor, where can people connect with you at?
You can hit us up on our Facebook page. It's Rainbow Comics Cards and Collectibles Lincoln. And we also have an Instagram, same name basically. I think a little shorter, but make sure it says Lincoln. Otherwise, you'll be talking to John, not me. You can also shoot me an email directly, taylorfromrainbow@gmail.com. Yeah, that's what we got.
Boom. Awesome. Well, you guys, with a comic book look, we are definitely on the socials. I am @Jon On Demand, as my name says right here. Find me on the Twitters, the Instagrams, but most likely on Facebook, in our Facebook group, A Comic Book Look. For more rainbow craziness, definitely consider following the Rainbow Comics Facebook page, but also Rainbow Comics-Lincoln, because they do their own streams. They have a lot of fun with it, and it's just fun to see the two stores kind of coexist in harmony. We are the multiverse of awesome.
We are.
And it's just so fun when I get to go down and visit the Lincoln store, and yeah, maybe I'll get to work a shift coming up. I don't know.
Ooh. I can put you on the schedule.
I'll come down and tape 1,000,000 comics for you. How's that?
Too bad. We already did all of that for Black Friday. Yeah.
Unacceptable. Everybody's fired. Okay, I'm just kidding. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Holy comments tonight. You guys in the area, stay safe. Weather-wise, I don't know what it's doing in Lincoln. Up here, we're supposed to have a lot of winds and blowing snow tomorrow.
Yeah, you guys have snow. We don't have snow. It's been weird and wet and rainy and cold. I think we're going to have snow by next week sometime, but no snow yet. So
be safe up there. For the next week?
Hiring for the next week? Maybe. Snow removal crew? Absolutely.
Oh, temporary. Employee placement. Oh man, I'm just kidding. Anyways, thank you, Taylor, for jumping on tonight. My original post was saying that I was related to Han because I'm solo tonight, and that's not the case. So
I said absolutely not.
Taylor saved the day, so thank you to Taylor. And of course, you guys know the drill as always with a comic book look and at Rainbow Comics, Sioux Falls and Lincoln. What do? We keep it comics for sure, man. And then I hit the end.